Hello Titan Designers, this is your host Mr. Granlund here, coming to you live from Mr. Granlund Studios. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial in Pixlr about how to cut out textures for your shoe design. To start off with, I'm going to make a duplicate of the layer, so I go to click on the layer I want to duplicate, click on the word layer, and go down to duplicate layer. Now this second layer that I've made, I'm going to switch that from blend mode none to blend mode multiply. That looks good. That way I can put my layers in between and I'll get these nice stitches on top there. It's a very cool effect. I'm going to turn this swoosh into a leopard print. So I'm going to go to my image search and I'm going to type in leopard print, and I like to use the word texture. Now texture is a really important thing to add into there because it's going to give you better results than if you just put leopard print. So I'm going to right click, copy that image, go back to Pixlr, and I'm going to edit and paste, or you can also push Control V. Now I like to put this in between my two shoe layers, and you can see that the stitching, because I multiplied that top layer, the stitching has, you can still see the outline, which is great. I'm going to reduce the size of my leopard print texture. And I'm going to select the Nike swoosh and the toe box for this. In order to do that, I'm going to turn off, by clicking on the checkbox here on the right, I'm going to turn off that leopard print layer. You can use either the lasso and polygon select tool, or in this case, because this picture is a template that's been drawn with pen and ink, I can use this wand select tool. So I'm going to click in there. Now it doesn't select very much because my tolerance is very low. So I'm going to actually increase the tolerance to about 30. I'll try that one more time. I wasn't clicked on the right layer. So make sure you're clicked on the right layer. I clicked in there and it selected the whole Nike swoosh, and I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to add to my selection to click on the toe box area. Now that I've selected that from the shoe layer, I go to my leopard print layer, I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to invert the selection. So I go to select, invert selection, and delete, and voila! I have that leopard print texture right there. Now you may want to draw your own kind of customized shape for a texture. So let's go ahead and find a different kind of texture. Let's type in leather texture, and let's look for a red leather texture. I like this red leather texture, so I copy the image, I paste the image, and you can see that red leather texture is highlighted underneath. I'm going to hide this for a second, and I'm going to draw my shape. So I'm going to go to my lasso tool, go to the polygon lasso tool, and I'm going to draw a tartan tee. And now I turn my red leather on, and to get this cut out, I'm going to go to select, invert selection, and backspace. Now I can take that red leather tee and put it anywhere I want on the shoe. And I would continue using this method until I fill out the entire shoe with all kinds of areas. And even if I'm going to leave an area with like some sort of white texture, I would still try and find that texture here. So if it's going to stay a white leather, I would look for a white leather texture. And then copy and paste that white leather texture into here and cut out the size of the shoe. A quick way to do that is select the shoe that you cut out and go to Select Pixels. And I'm going to go back to that white leather texture, select Invert, Backspace, and now I'm going to put that white leather shoe underneath my other textures. All right, now that looks pretty hot, folks, and that is your quick tutorial for how to cut out textures and design your shoe.